what's up, guys? This is Zach Selwyn, lead singer of Zachariah and the Lobos Riders and Country Linen. You are listening and watching the All Over the Place podcast where the fun sanity never ends. You know what it is, y'all.
Fa la 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 la, and welcome back to All Over the Place, the official podcast of Media Pub Live. As always, I'm your host, Eric Pervoznik. It's the holiday time. It is our first episode of December, and we are kicking it with 3 episodes in a row, music themed. And on that note, I'm very excited that we've got one of our panelists back tonight. But first, tried and true, Jim Culver. How are you tonight, Jim?
I am excellent. How about yourself?
Awesome as well. And celebrate. Well, I'll say why I'm doing a little bit better tonight. Christine, also with us. Hello. We're kicking it festivals. I'll show him your T-shirt. He knows him.
I know him.
It's on the bottom of the shirt. It's
oh
awesome.
my God! And my hat says it's lit.
Mm-hmm. And on that note, I've got to keep up with my good friend Marty, and he's always got his little alcohol with him as we do the show. And Marty, good to have you back with us, sir. Salut.
Hello. Merry New Year.
Yes. Little cinnamon bourbon this evening to accompany the show. So tonight, folks, we are doing Christmas songs, and not just average Christmas songs. We're going to be doing tonight, it's a threefer, and we're going to be doing, the threefer is Christmas songs, holiday songs, whatever you want to do. If you want to kick some Sandler or whatever it is, but 3 holiday songs that kind of fly under the radar and we wish were a little bit more known. And then the plus one is going to be a holiday standard, which we don't care, our own personal pick. We don't care if you think this song is overplayed. We think it deserves to be overplayed. It is a standard for a reason, and that'll be our plus one this evening. And Marty, you're back. We're going to start with you in your 3 of Christmas songs that you think deserve a little to a lot more love.
All right. Well, starting with the third one, I'll go from bronze on up, is Making Christmas by the great, not late, but the great Danny Elfman from Nightmare Before Christmas. I love the song. It's hilarious. And the way it's sang, you don't always catch the lyrics, but they're talking about smushing rats and making a hat, and it's just good stuff. And that movie's a great Halloween / Christmas movie anyway. I absolutely love it. Danny Elfman is amazing in almost all things, and I really, really love that song. And it's always fun every time I hear it, which is rare on the radio, which is kind of what we're doing here.
Radio, screw radio. We make our own radio here now.
I think Eric just called me a geezer.
I called me a geezer at the same
Takes
time.
one to know one.
Hey, ooh, Mr. Late 70s throwing in a barb there at us. All right.
All right. Well,
I like it. This is going to be a good show, folks. Give me a couple more sips. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, like Mark said, it's a great movie, Nightmare Before Christmas. It's perfect from October through December. Oh, yeah, great one. And a SoCal guy, looking out for a SoCal guy there with Danny Elfman for Marty. Nice.
he's a man. I saw him with Oingo Boingo many, many years ago.
I'm envious.
Super neat.
And speaking of envy, I'm not but Marty, did I tell you that I got to see them perform Nightmare Before Christmas at the Hollywood Bowl with Danny Elfman and the LA Orchestra? And
Yes.
The cast was there. They were the movie is being shown on the big screen above the stage, orchestra in the pit, or orchestra on stage. And Elfman, Catherine O'Hara, Paul Rubens was there. And because Chris Sarandon wasn't there as the speaking voice of Jack, so Elfman handled the singing and the dialogue. And can't remember the guy who played Oogie. Oh wait, I think we have some movie trivia. Movie trivia with Jim now. Movie trivia with Jim. Jim, who was the gentleman who voiced Oogie Boogie?
That I actually don't know.
Oh!
I don't know the voice of Oogie Boogie.
All right, well, he was there too.
I almost said Glenn Shaddix, but he was the mayor
Yes.
that.
Mhm.
And I get the voices sounds very similar to me, but I'm not actually sure who did Oogie Boogie.
Well, I did not mean to put Jim on the spot with trivia, and we got to remember when we have our trivia off to ask questions about voiceover people. Got it. But Jim, now over to you for your pick, whether it's the
All right.
first, second,
Well,
third.
picking back on Marty's pick for from Nightmare Before Christmas, I would also say "What's This" would probably be an honorable mention for me because I love that song.
Yes.
But that's a really fun one. But yeah, all the songs from that movie are bangers for sure. So my first pick though is going to come from the great Weird Al Yankovic. It's a holiday song he did that doesn't get a lot of attention nowadays, probably because it's very dark and twisted. But it's called "The Night Santa Went Crazy."
Mm-hmm.
Basically, details Santa going postal on his coworkers, and I'll just leave it at that without going too far into the imagery. But it's a really funny, catchy, darkly comic song. Probably the most twisted song he ever wrote, to be honest. I could be wrong, but I think it might be up there. I actually saw Weird Al in concert perform that song, and the lyrics are actually darker. On the concert version of the lyrics are actually darker than what's on the album, if you can believe
Man.
that. But
Awesome.
there's stuff they would not let him put on the album. But it's really entertaining listen. I listen to it all the time. He did quite a few Christmas songs. I think probably the one that gets the most attention is "Christmas at Ground Zero" from the '80s. But I really think this one is his best Christmas one. "Night Santa Went Crazy." I think it's really entertaining. Doesn't get a lot of attention these days, but I think it's great. So
Like the Twisted.
I will second that one. And as we mentioned on the last show, when Zach was with us, Weird Al's original songs, the non-parody songs, deserve a lot more love than they get. And yeah, "The Night Santa Went Crazy" is a beauty. Absolutely. Awesome call. I almost feel like breaking out the accordion again, but I won't. Thank God. So, that's for another show. That may be the birthday show. So, Christine, to you.
Okay, well, my first one that I'm going to list is, it's kind of a popular song. Everybody pretty much knows it. But I personally, like, this song always makes me think of winter, like in Ireland. And I wish that it had more play, fall going into winter, New Year's Day by U2, especially the Under a Blood Red Sky version, which has like the epic entrance into it. So
There we go.
Bring it this time of year.
If we have an opportunity to bring up Red Rocks on this show, folks, we're
Heck
going to
yeah.
take it. Yes.
Yeah, you jumped right into the U2.
I love you
Does
too.
not like.
As I've said before, great music, great band, fantastic. Don't like them.
To each their own.
That's right.
Without
That's right.
Bono.
Christine's music picks have a real edge about them.
Oh.
Right. It sure
This is
does.
That's it. Drink. Drink. Bad pun. Drink.
I had to do it.
Last name's Provazic. Like I need an excuse to drink, please.
Speaking of that, we should do a drunk show.
We're not doing that right now.
Wait, I think it would tie in well with the birthday show with the accordion. So yeah, that's less than a month. Well, it's about a month away now. So yeah, I'm
In the words of Doc Holliday, I've not yet begun to defile myself.
We have time. Well, for my first one, this would be number 3. I'm going to stick with Jim in the twisted and demented sense, and "Father Christmas" by the Kinks.
Love it.
This is an amazing song, and about people robbing a Santa Claus, a store Santa Claus, and it's demented, it's twisted, it's the Kinks, and this song, it gets a fair amount of play this time of year, but it's the Kinks, so it's very easily argued that the songwriting of Ray Davies deserves as much love as Lennon McCartney or Jagger and Richards. Genius. He didn't need a partner. Ray Davies was a shit by himself, and the King, even though it might get a little more play than the other songs that we're trying to go for the under the radar ones, it's the Kinks, so it always deserves more love than it gets.
Never enough.
That's right. As Robert Smith might say.
Mm.
A reference one, maybe two people got. That's the way we roll here on All Over the Place, folks. Someone's going to get it. And if you don't, oh, well, we'll come up with another one at some point. So, Marty, to you for your second entry in tonight's Threefer.
All right. So my next one is by the Killers. Anybody? Almost says what?
I'm aware of the Killers, but I'm looking forward to hearing they got a
What Christmas song did they sing?
Don't Shoot Me, Santa. And I'll be very careful because I know we'll get
buzzwords.
But I'll go quick. And that's enough.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that was great.
Basically,
we won't get sued over that. That was less than 30 seconds.
Yeah. I tried to stay under 10. So the basic premise is that he's a bit of a rebel rouser, and Santa's coming for him. Kind of told from the point of view of a young boy. Doing his stuff and maybe not always good stuff. And the opening Santa, a grungy looking Santa is like, "I'm coming for you," and so then the song kicks in. It's good.
Nice.
It starts out with a sock puppet show, so how can you go wrong?
I never actually heard that one. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, it's a fun song too. It's a cool little song.
But wait.
Go on.
There's more.
With the release of this show, there also will be an accompanying playlist, as do all of our music shows these days.
Indeed.
Bravo.
This will be on the playlist, absolutely. See, so I'm glad you did the 10-ish seconds, Marty, because folks, we will let you know what the Spotify playlist will be concurrent when this episode drops.
That's gonna be a wild playlist first, too.
And then go to the playlist while you're around the house or driving around. So Killers, nice. And so far, folks, we have now had 3. Marty's on to a second round, but 3 songs involving a little bit of violence with Santa. Jim, back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna since we're going in all the blood and guts and everything, I'm gonna take it down a notch with this one. This is a song that's actually on a soundtrack for a movie that I think is very underrated holiday movie. It's called The Polar Express. And the song is called "When Christmas Comes to Town." It's sung by a little girl in the movie, and I really think it's a beautiful, beautiful song. It does not get enough attention, probably because, like I said, the movie didn't really become the holiday classic it was supposed to be. But I love it. We watch it every year, and I think that song is really gorgeous. I think it's a really, really nice song. So that's my pick.
And I have not seen Polar Express, and Christine probably has with the 3 boys, and Marty, you having kids as well when that movie was coming out. I'm guessing. Who sings the song, Jim? Or is it a standard soundtrack thing?
Yeah, it's a standard soundtrack thing. I don't actually know who sings it.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have
the
time.
Little boy from the house across the tracks.
And
yes.
Twice now we've put a here with Jim.
I know this one.
Twice he has been stumped. This is unusual, folks. We got to be careful on trivia.
Okay,
with Jim,
I will throw in a trivia in addition to that, though. The little boy from across the tracks was played in motion capture by Peter Scolari, Tom Hanks's co-star from Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies, yes.
Wow, they de-aged him like a lot.
Yes. So that movie actually is a Bosom Buddies reunion, like 30 years after the fact.
That's fascinating. Thank you for that.
So Hanks threw him a bone.
He did. Pretty much,
Hanks
yeah.
threw him a bone quite a bit through the years. He cast him in a lot of pretty much I won't say everything they did. But he cast Peter Scolari a lot. He was looking out for him.
I have to disagree with you, though. I think it is like a holiday classic mainstay. Yeah? Okay. Like here in Arizona, I don't know if they do this all over, but there is you can like ride the Polar Express.
There's a whole train.
Or up in Williams, I think is where it takes off from.
Yeah. Go to the Grand Canyon.
Maybe I just
and they do like the hot chocolate and the whole deal. It's really it was fun with the boys when they were young, but
yeah. Maybe I just spend too much time online because all I hear is negativity about it. They don't like the animation. They're not into the movie. Just a lot of I don't know, backlash, I guess, over the years.
I'll tell you, when it did first come out, the animation did kind of creep me out a little bit, but I've seen it so many times, like ad nauseum now, that it's, I mean, it's a classic and it doesn't bother me anymore. And there's so many Easter eggs in that movie. Like we love it. We absolutely love it. We watch it every year.
Is there an Easter egg? And now that I know about Scolari and Hanks with the thing, is there an Easter egg back to Wendy Jo Sperber on Bosom Buddies?
None that I'm aware of.
Okay, I did. I hope I got her last name right. I just remember Wendy Jo.
I think that's right. That sounds right.
Rest in peace. But Jim, come on down. You've got family down here in Arizona, right? Come on down. We'll do the Polar Express.
Oh, is it? That'd be awesome.
Bring the boy. Bring the family.
One of my boys actually said they wanted to go do that this year, and I was like, "Are you sure?" Because we used to do that when they were like, onesie PJs like age. Like they were teeny tiny little guys when we used to do that.
All right. Well, the invitation's there, Jim. Just give a heads up.
That of mine.
All right.
Peter's
Christine, up to you.
Okay. Well, I mean, since we were doing the kind of, I don't want to say blood and guts, but we were doing the super off kilter Christmas songs. I will say one that I actually discovered today that I was like, I really like this song. Christmas is Going to the Dogs by the Eels. It's a great song.
And I was listening while research was going on. I was eating my lunch, and I will second this one. I initially thought it was something by Old 97s. I was like, the voice wasn't quite Rhett Miller, but Eels, I'm digging it. Yeah.
Can't possibly be as good as Mariah Carey.
Oh, I would say it is.
Sorry, what was that, Marty? Didn't quite
Not
catch
a fan.
that. You cut out for a second there.
Yeah.
He comes back, folks, and he just wants to be ornery. This is why we need you for the Joe Michael show, Marty. Next time when he comes back for the Kenny Warmald Wars.
I'm always a fan of some ruckus.
Ruckus good. Conflict good.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
Conflict, control conflict, fun.
Well done, Jim.
Yeah.
Screws fall out all the time.
Also fun, more bourbon. All right, so for my number 2, I'm going to go with a band that sadly far too few people didn't hear of back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Slobberbone. The lead singer of Slobberbone, Brent Best, did a Christmas theme song or a holiday theme, but it was Christmas specifically, but it's called Gumdrop. And unfortunately, it will not be on the playlist I'll be assembling because it's, I know. She listened to it. I presume she liked it because she listened to the whole thing. But
it's a good song.
Just a great song about, shit going on around the house. And, you just want to be the best person you can be at the holidays and make up for all this. It's the time to forgive. And you make up for all the stuff you did throughout the year. And Brent Best knocked it so far out of the park. It's not even on an album, but you can see it on YouTube, and I'll be sharing that link when we drop the episode. But Brent Best, Gumdrop, amazing holiday song. That is my number 2. And very quickly, I want to add some my honorable mention is going to be bands who put Christmas songs not on a holiday album. And Billy Idol did it on The Devil's Playground, and he did Yelling at the Christmas Tree. And amazing, fun song from Billy Idol. And also AC/DC, I should have done my research. And being an AC/DC guy, I should know this without looking it up. But Mistress for Christmas, which I believe is on the Razor's Edge, but it could be Blow Up Your Video. I'm 95% sure it's on Razor's Edge. But either way, not on a Christmas-specific album. But those are my my love for bands who put a Christmas song on a non-Christmas album. Those are my honorable mentions. It's Billy Idol. It's AC/DC. Can't go wrong. Good stuff.
Cannot go wrong.
Marty, back to you.
All righty. Well, so mine is my number 1, the gold medal, as it were. it's not exactly, as you said, it's played quite a bit, but it's the best song for Christmas ever written by any human, ever performed by any humans. I don't know who wrote it. I don't really care. Little Drummer Boy by David Bowie and Bing Crosby.
Yes.
It's the best thing ever.
Nope.
And if you say it's not, I'll fight you. It's so good. The video is, you all know what I'm thinking. It's just awesome.
Well, it's typical 70s for those who weren't around. It's typical 70s, the variety hour where Bing Crosby answers the door and it's David Bowie. Or is it the other way around, Mario? But either way, it's like, oh, hi, what are you doing around here now? And they get together, they make a great song.
Yeah.
David Bowie bumped into each other on the street.
No, David Bowie showed up at the door.
Okay.
And
on the street.
As mild as David Bowie can look, and Bing Crosby pretend not to be shocked at how he looked, because he's real old school. And man, just so good. And just the new arrangement of it, the way they, and the way they, if I knew more about music, I'd know what it's called, but they, back and forth it.
Back and call.
Thank you. So
here to help.
Really cool, and David Bowie really shows off his chops there. Like you recognize, oh, that's right, he's not just super cool and a good songwriter and all that stuff. He actually really good singer and fantastic song. Love it. Matter of fact,
Bowie. It's hard to go wrong with. It's hard to go wrong with any era of Bowie, but 70s Bowie, impeccable.
Yes, it was. It was before. I mean, it wasn't, not that he wasn't on cocaine, but this was before the cocaine really started digging in.
Oh no! If I'm not mistaken, and I could be off on this, but I'm pretty sure that was part of his in the Berlin trilogy era, mid 70s, and there was a lot of coke in that boy system. Yeah, you're not mistaken.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it ramped up from there on. I mean, I'm sure you've all seen the interview where he's just coked out of his mind, and he can't even answer.
Giving Robin Williams a run for his money. Yeah, that's. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, Little Drummer Boy, two fantastic artists collaborating, and at that time you had your parents' guy and your guy, and for me, I was a little young, but it was exactly that. That Bing Crosby was someone my dad knew, and even my grandfather really, and then David Bowie was, right between me and my dad. So kind of brought the two generations together there. It was just really cool. Love it.
Yeah, it's one of my all-time favorite holiday videos. I'm trying to think what would be like the modern day equivalent of that, the two generations meeting to do a song like that. And I can't really, like, would it be like Willie Nelson and Justin Bieber or something like that? Post Malone, yeah.
No, actually, what's his? If I'm not, I don't know if they did a holiday one, but it would have been perfect. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett.
Yeah, that was
coming
really good
together.
Stuff.
Yeah,
they got together.
Really good stuff.
That's probably the closest to that we'll get with this generation.
Yeah, they were doing the Epstein Isle tour. Really good stuff.
Well, and as I was researching this one, and this song, it's on my long list. I just, there's so many great Christmas songs, both classics and under the radar ones. But this is one I want to say Christmas '82, might have been '83, but it was my grandmother was always visiting at the holidays, and Grandma Betty, and we sat down. It was MTV was on pretty much nonstop once we got it, cable in our neighborhood, and we sat down, and I was on one end of the couch, and G Betty, Grandma Betty was on the other one, Bing for her, Bowie for me, and it was, yeah. Let's say the room was a little dusty earlier today thinking about that. Yeah. Great call, Marty. Great call. To G Betty.
G Betty.
All right. Jim, over to you.
All right. Well, my third pick is going to come as a surprise to no one who saw the last episode we did where I I shared my love for the Pogues.
I said to Christine, if he doesn't do this, I got it in my back pocket. I knew you'd come through with it.
You
Go,
did.
Jim.
It was written down.
Yeah, my first pick is Fairy Tale of New York. Amazing
Yes.
song, beautiful, just timeless. I never get tired of it. I even listen to it out of season. I don't care. It's
Suppose.
yeah, it's really an amazing, beautiful song. It's dark and twisted and beautiful at the same time. I don't know how they can pull that off, but they did.
It's the Irish, you know, as well as anybody.
Yeah. Best storytellers in the world, and they can pull off something like that. And just that mix of Shane McGowan and Christy, is it
Christy McCall.
Christy McCall. That mix of their voices together is just pitch perfect, and yeah, it's an amazing song. And unfortunately, they've toned down some of the lyrics for more sensitive audiences lately, but I it's such a raw, beautiful song that I absolutely love it.
It was on my honorable mention, but of course I forgot.
Well, listen, as Christine was doing her research today, she played it, and I'm like, and for the first time I heard the revised lyrics, because I've only heard it where it goes silent. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to buzzword us out of YouTube with this one. We all know which word gets buzzed out.
Use a euphemism.
Thin-skinned. Let's just leave it at the thin-skins. But the sub that and it was so obvious. It's like the jam in it just didn't flow. Yep. Or flowed enough. But you scumbag, you maggot, you're tired and you're haggard. Like, that's not bad for a substitution. It doesn't belong there, but if you're going to, I prefer that to not having silence. At least, come on, baby, bite my wire. Yeah, that's right. I dropped a Doors reference in there. For those who are paying attention over here, tonight I am Bill Clay. Some people may or may not get that. And I just dropped a reference to when the Doors appeared on Ed Sullivan, and they want to change the words of Light My Fire. And they're just words. But anyway, Jim, I knew I could count on you for the Pogues tonight. Thank you so much. Awesome call. And now up to our other Irish representative tonight, Christine, over to you.
White people.
Okay. What people? Who? Come again?
You pale motherfuckers.
That won't get us buzzworded off.
Pasty bastards.
Okay, so before I do my number one, I have just a couple honorable mentions because I did come across these, and I know one of these in particular just brings back a lot of memories of when my sister got married in the Virgin Islands back in 2000, and we spent like right before the holidays, we were there. So we were listening to Christmas music the whole time. So Silent Night by Sting and Shaggy just has that island vibe to it. And I think that's something that our holidays might need, is a little bit more island vibe now and again.
And Marty was the one who, in our 1984 albums, bring up the Bob Marley. Yes, the island brings us together. You can't be upset when you're listening to island music.
Yep, exactly. That's the thing. And it's just beautiful and fun and brings that good holiday spirit to you, but a little different than what we usually think of. The other one is Sufjan Stevens. And I don't know if you guys listen to him at all, but love him. He's done like Bring On the Illinois and, I think it's like Welcome to Michigan or something like that, but he's done lots of different concept albums. His Christmas one has a song called That Was the Worst Christmas Ever, and it's a great song. So that's an honorable mention for me, but my number
System
one.
System of a Down, right?
Huh?
System of a Down, Sufjan Stevens?
No.
Different person. Never mind. That's the alcohol talking, folks.
He's a Michigander. He's a Michigan guy. Quirky as the day is long. And, he's had he's won, I think he almost won an Academy Award for one of his songs that was in a movie a couple years back. But yeah, just really good, atmospheric, very melancholy type music. But he just captures that, the feeling of being a kid, being in Christmas, shoveling the driveway, like just all those different things that you think of around, winter, the holidays, and that kind of stuff. So it's a great, great song. But the one I love, what?
Oh, wait.
I just wanted to point out that our resident experts have choked very badly. You went to you at the movie and you choked. Eric over here with, who'd you say that was? Listen, I'm not an expert in any of it, but you guys need to step up your game.
I heard what I thought was Sufjan Stevens, which is the guy from System of the Down. I misheard who she said. That's my defense on that one.
Sufjan.
I like how
Sufjan. Yeah, okay, fine. Pronounce it correctly. My Armenian. I'm a little slow on my Armenian. I thought I heard the guy from System of the Down.
Mission accomplished.
And Jim, Toxicity was their album, right?
Yes, that was the
thank
one.
You. Ha, Marty, suck it.
That's that holiday infighting we've been looking for. So,
welcome back, Samora.
Okay, can I do my number one now, please?
Absolutely, man.
Yes. Go.
Christmas songs, great. They're beautiful. Love the holidays and all of that stuff. But I love a good, winter tapestry type song. Give me December by George Winston, or, something just beautiful.
Not December by Collective Soul.
That gives off a different vibe.
Yes.
More of a Courtney Cox type thing. Oh, wait, no, you said Collective Soul. I was thinking of Counting Crows.
Another one falls.
That's a long December.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Marty's the only one who hasn't stepped in it tonight. Congratulations, my friend.
Okay, so let me just get through this so we can move on. Winter White Hymnal by Fleet Foxes. Great song. Check it out.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Is that another one of your made-up bands?
Yes, it is.
It sounds totally made up.
Good. I'm not alone on this. Thank you, Marty.
I think they're all made up, but that's beside the point.
Stop.
And what's the name of the song?
Winter White Hymnal.
And this, I knew you weren't going to go this direction, but Rob Halford a few years ago, it was Halford solo, did an album, I believe it's called Winter Songs, and it was just him singing songs that got you in a chilly mode.
All right,
that's Halford. Rock on, Rob Halford. And just very quickly, I need to share from our last show. Vandaliers was brought up, and you got to love a jackalope this time of year, folks. It's not a reindeer, it's not a rabbit.
I love it. Jackalope.
That lovely desert dwelling.
And anything to bring our buddy Josh back into the fold from earlier in the year.
It does make the Grim Reaper a little less menacing to have him right on one of those.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
yes.
I like it.
To my number one, I'm going to kick it MTV style again, although this was a B-side. Billy Squier, Riding High in 1981 on the Don't Say No album. I believe this song was a B-side to In the Dark. Christmas is the Time to Say I Love You. And at the end of that came out earlier in the year in 81. At the end of the year, he went on MTV and it became for those of us of the MTV generation, 81, he went to the studio and he jammed out. Martha was there. I believe all the VJs were there, but remember Martha and what's her name? It'll come back to me through the rest of it as I ramble more. But there's the whole staff was a big staff thing. Billy Squires just sitting there jamming out. A holiday vibe was there, and a sort of holiday tradition. Like Hall & Oates came on later and did some stuff on MTV. And Billy Squier, before the ignominious decline after Rock Me Tonight came out, and that video with the silk sheets and all that, and him wearing his pajama bottoms. Billy Squier was the shit.
Yeah.
Don't Say No, Emotions in Motion. Can't say there's two perfect albums, back to back, out of the park. And Billy Squier, Christmas is the Time I Say to Love You. That is my number one. That needs to be played from the rooftops every Christmas. Terrestrial radio is on the decline, whatever. Put it on any of your Sirius stations. Maybe it is on Sirius stations. I don't have them, but it's on all my playlists this time of year. Billy Squire, the man, rocking. MTV was perfect. It was just the right song for the right time.
I agree. Awesome. Love it.
Great pick.
Cannot go wrong with Billy Squire.
Yeah, as is the rest of his music. Really good.
All right. Well, this brings us now to we've gone through the 3 songs now that are ones that we think they're under the radar, deserve a whole lot more love. Now we're going to ones that are some people, like Marty brought up earlier, Mariah Carey, and this is kind of what inspired the show, was reading that, oh, it's beginning of November, stations are going to start playing holiday music now, and Mariah Carey is going to be on ad nauseum. Well, our picks right now, our +1, we're going to songs that, yeah, they may be overplayed, but damn it, we think that they deserve to be overplayed. On that note, Marty, to you.
Well, you wanted a ruckus, you got it.
Ooh.
None of them. I love Christmas. I love the Christmas season, and I want the maximum amount of Christmas. I don't want it spread out and watered down throughout the year. I want it in Christmas time. That's it.
Well, I
songs
respect
you
that.
never get sick of.
I respect that, but so when do you think? Because with the rise of Amazon, stores used to start putting things up mid-November or Thanksgiving at the earliest. Now you can start seeing Christmas decorations and everything in the Walmarts and the Targets as early as September now. Okay, so when for you is the right time to start
Black
Christmas and let Black Friday? Okay.
Don't go shopping. Get out there on the roof and try not to fall off. Hang them lights. Put up the stupid decorations. Go for it. You don't need to shop. Black Friday is the start of Christmas season, and I absolutely love the season.
Christmas is the time to say I love you the day after Thanksgiving. Respect.
I love you, Eric.
When do your holiday decorations go up?
Did you not listen? The day after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
2 shows in a row.
Right.
Clean potato out your ear.
Hey, Jim.
Oh, now I can hear.
Did you see
Marty.
Eric's face when you said that? It looks something like this.
By the way, I'm out of alcohol. I have to start sucking on the ice cube. God,
What you got to do?
bourbon's so good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but I think Christine asked, well, what? So then, Marty, what is your favorite of the holiday standards, or one of?
It's the same for me. Little Drummer Boy.
Okay, all right.
It really is.
Traditional one or
Choice.
No,
or the Bowie and Crosby.
Yeah, the Bowie and Crosby.
Okay, nice.
That has to happen every year. I have resisted. I usually try to wait a little bit before I play it the first time because I don't want to get sick of it by Christmas. So I kind of parse it out.
There you go. He's pacing himself, Sergeant.
I am.
All right, Jim, I want you to redeem yourself on that one. Skeeter, our producer, and by the way, Skeeter, awesome stuff producing tonight. We need a trivia time with Jim right now. I'm pacing myself, Sergeant. What movie, Jim?
Stripes.
Jim is back, everybody. He's back. All right.
That's a fact, Jack.
Boom, chugga, lugga, lugga, boom. Over to Jim now for his +1.
All right, my +1 is a song that I never get tired of. I think it's such a beautiful song and just fun to listen to. I could listen to it pretty much all year. It's Elvis Presley's Blue Christmas.
Yeah.
It's just an all around great tune, and man, the way he croons that one out with his backup singers and just kind of communicates that heartache of being alone on Christmas. But still doesn't make it too much of a downer. It's still kind of a fun listen. I really enjoy that one, and it's on my playlist every December.
Awesome.
Great song.
I'm a fan of all things with initials EP. Elvis Presley, awesome song. Christine, to you.
Right on.
Okay, I have a couple honorable mentions before I do my first, my number one pick. Last Christmas by Wham is on that list. 2,000 Miles by the Pretenders. Awesome, awesome songs. But Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Bruce Springsteen. Never get sick of it. Love that song. It's great.
And the E Street Band. Yes.
Mhm.
Clarence
I
Clemens.
like it.
R.I.P.
It's so fun. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
All right. Well, I had a couple of honorable mentions myself. The first one, and to the reference here with Bill Clay, as played by Argyle in Die Hard, "Christmas in Hollis" by Run-D.M.C. It's not the it's only been 30-ish years since that song came out, but I think it's that's enough time for it to become a holiday standard.
I think so.
Yep.
It almost
And,
made my list.
What's that?
It almost made my list.
Ah, nice. And Jim already mentioned "Fairy Tale of New York" by the Pogues featuring Christy McCall. And I'm going to go with, well first, another honorable mention. This one's going out to our friend over at Media Pub Live. And it was on the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special last year. 2 songs by Old 97s. I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas Time is Here. Phenomenally funny song. And also they brought a guy in who was in that movie to he guested on this song. Here it is, Christmas Time, Old 97s, featuring Kevin motherfucking Bacon. Hey, Zach dropped the F-bomb twice on the last show. We get bleeped on this one. Deal with it. So
It wasn't Kenny Wormold.
That's right. Was Kenny Wormold in that flipping movie, Gel? No.
Suck it, Gel.
Yeah. Marty, this is why we need you here for the Gel episodes. You miss another one, that's on you. So,
Yeah.
but that movie was fun. I thought it was great. And it was even the little nods to the Star Wars Christmas special. But that's an honorable mention. And yes, just we love you, Gel. We love having you on the show. You're a brilliant contrarian and a funny dude. And but my pick for should be, I don't want to hear you complain about this song ever. Jose Feliciano, came out the year I was born, 1970. Feliz Navidad. A white flag? Are we waving the white flag with Gel? Is that what we're doing?
No, because every time Eric hands me a napkin, he calls it a Feliz Navidad.
Napican.
Yeah.
I love this woman. She gets me. She laughs every time. To humor me, it doesn't matter. She thinks I'm funny. She thinks that stupid little joke is funny. Feliz Navidad. And here's the thing. No hablo español. I can't tell you a damn thing that they're saying when it's like, oh, well, no, I'm guessing it's just a straight up translation of, oh, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. But, well, Feliz Navidad, obviously. But it's funny. I do, as mentioned on the show, I do a little bit of umpiring on the side. And a lot of Spanish speaking guys, a lot of Mexican guys. And I started singing the song one time, and they started jumping in. I'm like, guys, help me out. What are they singing in Spanish? Like, we don't know. So I don't feel as bad for the no hablo español. But I love that guy. Puerto Rico represent, and Feliz Navidad. Love it. Oh, we have a hand up. Oh, someone who kind of speaks Spanish in the group. Christine, yes.
Should I give it to you, Marty?
No, go ahead.
Marty doesn't know Spanish.
He
probably doesn't know Spanish.
And a prosperous new year to you. And then they say it in Spanish. And they just say that over and over again.
Folks, for those watching, if you're watching, you are definitely watching.
I don't speak Spanish either.
I was today years old when I learned that one. Thank you, my love, for schooling
Why didn't
me
you ask
on
before?
Feliz Navidad.
So it took a Mick and a Pocho. That's a non-Mexican Mexican. I don't speak Spanish, but I knew what he was saying.
No, wait. What's is there another name for you? Brown on the outside, white on the inside. You're a coconut, right?
Coconut. Mm-hmm.
See, folks, not racial. That Marty, that is Martin Zamora approved. There was no
Hey,
animosity there.
I found out I'm 5% Jewish. Can you tell?
What?
Happy Hanukkah.
Well, hey, I'm going to finish off my ice cube for you.
All right.
So you're a kosher coconut?
I'm a kosher.
Jim with the alliteration. Score.
So I can't wait till the Hanukkah celebration so I can tell my Jewish in-laws that I'm 5%. Sure,
This is a revelation for you. This is a Joyce revelation. How did you find that out? Did you do the gene thing, or you're just rolling with it?
Ancestry.
Okay, ancestry.com.
Yeah,
plug. Sponsor us.
Oh yeah, do that. Yeah, I'm
What's
also Spanish and Indian. You can tell I'm Indian. That kind of thing.
Which nation?
The USA. See what I did there?
Well, I'll do a little because Marty and I both love our Adam and the Ants, Kings of the Wild Frontier. Are you Apache or Arapaho?
Ah, look at that. What a guy. What a guy.
Cheyenne Crow. Apache or Arapaho.
So I am.
You on like this for seconds, folks, but we won't.
Yes. Yeah, it's mostly Navajo.
Okay, nice.
It's
that's an excuse. You will act on the playlist for the show. You will now hear some Adam and the Ants from Kings of the Wild Frontier.
One of the best albums of all time.
It's in my top 5 albums of all time, no doubt.
That's mine. Jim's like, you guys are freaking old.
A little before my time, but I take your word for it.
Jim knows good at chew shoes. That's all he needs to know.
That's right.
Or I know, Wonderful would be one more familiar with you.
I do know that one.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Wait,
all right, folks, before we digress away from our holiday themed show and just make this an Adam and the Ants show where Jim just goes, really? Yeah, okay.
That's super. That's super great.
Well, I want to once again thank everyone for listening. We're as we head into the final month of the year here in 2023. Be sure you are clicking like and subscribing and sharing. Thank you so much. We picked up 2 new subscribers since the last show. Excited about that. We now also have we're branching out, and we now have a specific page on Instagram for All Over the Place Fun Sanity, and we're on the YouTube channel is growing and growing, and Facebook, of course, and X/Twitter, whatever it is these days, it's X, and for those of us old enough to remember the band X, do you think they're getting some residuals off of this, Marty and Christine?
They oughta.
Perhaps.
I'm guessing no.
Does XTC get a third amount that X gets?
They oughta.
Only the mayor of Simpleton is the only one who knows for sure.
That's right.
I mean,
you're in California, so sure, why not? King for a day,
fool
fool for a lifetime. We're digressing all over the place, folks.
Yeah.
Marty, Jim, Christine, with our holiday picks, 3 songs that we think deserve more love, and plus one that classic forever. Shut the hell up if you don't think so.
That's right.
Thanks for listening to All Over the Place. Back next week with an even more fun topic, perhaps.
Happy holidays.